Good morning.
Good morning, friends and family. It's late June, and by request of a couple of our kids, they said, "Hey, we want to get some pics of the house." We've been here for 13 months in
Yeah.
lovely Tennessee. The house has been technically under construction since about mid-October last year, and in terms of foundation, what have you, and it's been a long road so far. We're going to give you a quick tour of it. Basically, the shell took all about, 8 months, 7 months. It took a long time, way longer than it should have for the shell, but basically double the amount of time. But during that period, we got a jump start on all the mechanicals and have since finished insulation and drywall and painting. So we've gotten quite a bit done. And we'll give you what the next steps are in a few minutes, but we just kind of want to give you a view of where things are at and how it is in this beautiful state this time of year. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera around so you can kind of see. This is our view from the very top of our property. Yeah, we've accumulated some junk since we arrived. Not all of it's junk. It just happens to be that it's a beautiful morning. And actually, it's only about 70 degrees during the morning, but in the evenings or afternoons, I should say, it's upwards of 90, 95. So I'm still living in the camper, which we affectionately refer to as the Easy Bake Oven this time of year because it is so hot and it just literally bakes you in there. So we have to have the air conditioner on. Through a tour of the house, Sue.
You want to flip it around then so they can actually see if
you
you're
can't
taking
see
on a
me.
tour, you're just
I turn it
staring at
around and
you.
I take a tour of my mug. Here we go. Here's the house. So I'm going to have Sue do the tour.
Oh, okay. Geez, I don't know why it's me, but in any case, there's still, oops, Matt's phone's different than mine. Up here where the wood piece is, right up here. Here, there. They're going to have the same piece up on this side, and then in the back, and the side of the house. We just haven't gotten it yet. I have to stain all the beams, which I haven't gotten around to doing yet. And my planters are inside the house, so don't mind them. We just had the front porch power washed, so everything's in here. The walls have been painted. Let's see. So this board right here, this is going to be the tongue and groove for the great rooms. We're going to do it the darker of the white. And then the boards on the side, we're still playing around with stain for the beams outside. And let's see, over here, the kitchen cabinets will be this white one. And then the island and the rest of the cabinets in the house will be this brown kind of maple. You can see a lot of the grains in it. But anyway, here, you can.
Oh, that's your.
You can do it.
So we've got. I'm gonna move this back now. There we go. So here we are, and we're in the great room. As Sue was referring to, we have the ceilings that we have to put in. This is going to be tongue and groove ceilings, and it's the lighter of the two shades. So it's going to be a transparent stain on probably southern yellow pine. And we wanted to have some natural tones here, and that's allowed through wood having some grain. Office here. We have yet to get our trim package, so in due course we'll be able to install our doors and what have you. You'll see that we've done quite a bit, but the windows we're leaving the film on until we're finished. The windows, for what it's worth, they have what are called drywall returns. You can kind of see it right there, drywall returns for the top and the sides. The bottom will have trim. We thought that might be a clean look with the black windows. Casement windows. We've got some nice walk-in closets, the Jack and Jill bathroom with double vanity. We've got the shower and In fact, this area and the master is where I'll be focusing on the next several days as we start the process of finishing, getting tile and shower pan. Another pretty good sized closet. These are 10-foot ceilings in this space. This is our the second of the 2 additional bedrooms facing outside. So we've got a spider. Sue's giving me a warning. I can't tell. This is really dark, so we'll leave that spider there.
That big old circle right there is a spider.
Okay, well, there you go. We got spiders that grow big in the southern climate. So the bedrooms are about, say, 11 by 12. They're just big enough to have a double bed or a queen. So our kids and spouses and partners can come and visit. And then you see, I'll walk you to the back here in a few minutes for our porch. But so kitchen area right here, we got a good sized pantry. We're gonna have over here a ice maker and the beverage fridge, and we'll do some hanging or floating shelves and such. And over here, I'm gonna make Susan sort of a mini countertops and what have you. So this will be for storage. Then that's our dining room right there. It's actually much larger now that we've got it painted. It feels like a much bigger space. It's odd how space seems smaller or larger depending on materials that are in there and such. I'll go over here. I'll just show you the closet before we go back. All right, this is the garage. It's a 2-car garage, plus that little door over there was intended to be for a golf cart or what have you in the golf cart community. We do not have one, but this will be Susan's workout area and the half garage spot. And we're ready. We've been prepped for a mini split. So in the summer, we can kind of keep it relatively cool. And in the winter, she can still work out. Probably could use an auxiliary heat in here. In terms of let's see, insulation. This whole garage is insulated. The roof deck above us is insulated, as is the ceiling of the garage. These doors have an R value of 10, so they're the weakest link, but that's still pretty good for garage doors. And we got a little side door over there, as you can see. So we're coming over, it's hard to see here, but this is going to be a little mud room, and we got a powder room over there. And as we make our way into this area, we've got our laundry room. We're going to do a double stack here, washer dryer, get us as much space as possible. Utility sink. We're actually getting cabinets for this as well. We're getting the cabinets for every bathroom and the pantry. Custom made. It'll be here in another 2 weeks, I believe. And it's kind of nice to have cabinets that will fit. And in here, this is the master. I was working in it earlier, but this is same tongue and groove ceiling. Nice 7-foot windows. Once we have the film off the windows, so it'll be great because you won't be able to sleep once the sun is in. It's going to be real bright in here. It's great. I don't mind though.
We're early risers.
Early risers anyway. And this room is big enough to have some furniture in it. So master bath. Nice to have a toilet closet here. Boom. Then we'll have a soaker tub for Susan, which I will never use. Shower. We're going to do a walk-in shower or curbless shower in both cases. And over here, double vanity, little side pantry door cabinet, and linen closet, Susan.
Side pantry?
Sure, why not? Well, I don't know what you call it. The walk-in closet. I think it's pretty good size. It's bigger than the one we had before. But yeah, because we painted everything, I feel like we know every inch of this house. Things got painted 3 times. Some got painted 4 times. It's we used new
drywall.
Yeah,
Sucks it up.
Yeah, airless paint sprayer. So that was our first experience with it. And shout out to my brother Doug, who came out to help me figure out how to use it. And shout out to my neighbor Dave, who lent me it for a couple weeks. It was super helpful. It's nice to have all the support. So we're out back here. on our back porch. And it's a really nice view. We've got a lot of scrub trees here. We've got a lot to clean up, but that's not the priority for the moment. Susan and I went out yesterday to pick up some furniture. It's nice to be able to sit down once in a while, short of being in the camper. So, and we do have quite a few folks who are in the neighborhood, and we'll visit once in a while. So in the afternoon, this being on the east side of the house, in the afternoon, the house blocks the sun, so it can be relatively cool back here, which is nice. It can be really, really hot in the afternoon, so you can come back here and just relax. Over here, we'll kind of come back and we'll try to pan fast through the back of the camper, which is not a pretty sight. Just happens to be their septic tank and all that. I think I just lost Susan. She does that once in a while. And panning through the front of the house quickly. As we walk past the doors, we've got some nice headers. I believe that's Douglas fir. These beams are Douglas fir. The door is a Therma-Tru with it's fiberglass, factory finish, insulated, really nice insulation. And then little nook, this is where our mini split will be, so we'll be able to have heating and cooling. The siding is Versetta stone in way of accents, and then the white is actually called Diamond Coat. And each of these are relatively new materials. They have definitely been challenging, to say the least. We still have some remediation to be done on the Diamond Coat. As you can see up here, there's a drip edge on this, and there has to be a gap of 3/8 inch between the drip edge and the bottom of the battens, which I'm not terribly keen on. And even some of those battens are about a 1/2 inch proud of the drip edge, so they stick out. And we just found out that while this is compliant and with the installation manual, we found out that that's not really what they were supposed to do. So they were supposed to use a thicker piece of wood that was proud of the battens by about another 1/2 inch, and that should have also been wider. Instead of the same material as the batten for the band board, it should have been roughly 5 to 7 inches, and that would have done a good job of sort of hiding or obscuring that. I'll show you now just sort of the electrical aspects and talk about the bane of our existence. This area has received upwards of 36 inches of rain year to date, but honestly, most of that fell in the last 3 months. And my neighbor dug this trench for me because I had to actually pull wire and conduit from a drop-down transformer. He dug that out during one of the last dry days of the early spring. And goodness, I mean, this thing has been filled up with water every other day, 24 inches, 36 inches. It was just ridiculous. And I had to keep pumping out the water and in hopes of having a couple dry days come together. But we haven't had rain in probably 5 days now. And so I jumped on it, put the feeder cable in, pulled the conduit to it, and now I actually have a secure line, and I'm waiting for the trench inspection. I'll be connecting it to a 200 amp meter breaker over there. And yeah, I got tons of poison ivy on me. This whole area is riddled with it, and I was in the trench. Let's just say I was subterranean like a rat for a while. But I got all those 10-foot PVC pipes connected, glued, and we're ready to get permanent or service release once we get some inspections done. I fill in the trench. And I would suspect we're probably 3 weeks out from the service release, just the way things kind of move here. What you're looking at now is a meter station. Actually, over here is the temporary pole, and that has like a 100 amp service. That was just for construction purposes, and while we were here, we did that last year, roughly around August. And then this meter station, which is not complete, this has the 400 amp meter because we're doing 400. We're doing 200 to the house and 200 to a future barn, which will be in a video 6 to 12 months from now, but and possibly some receptacles right there. We'll cut these down to length so they're uniform, and then to, as I like to express, sometimes you got a pig, you got to put lipstick on it, and so we got to find a way to make this look a little less obvious, and I think we can do it. Get creative. These are actually Generac automatic transfer switches, and they will allow us, we can actually put a whole of home generator eventually to this thing. And then in the short term, I'm just going to do a temporary generator, but eventually I can put in a generator over here, and we're going to have a big white LP tank. Again, we'll obscure that with some wood and what have you, but somewhere over there, as our house will have quite a few LP mechanicals. This will go away. This right here will go away, but this will be here for as long as we are. Again, it's a beautiful morning, and just kind of panning through, and yeah, we've got a lot of stuff sitting around, but eventually that'll be gone by end of summer. This will be graded. It will porta potty will be gone. All these piles of dirt should be diminished, and still have, just it'll be really pretty out here. It is now as well. It still feels like you're in your own forest reserve. What's happened probably since we've done our last video is we have two neighbors over to our northeast side, and they're both building what would be called barndominiums for the purposes of having a place to stay while they build their homes. They won't have to live in campers like we have, but so one just has a pad. You can kind of see it to the left right over here. The pad's already in. And then over further is a monster barn, and that will have a living quarters and kind of in front. It's a real smart building. I'm looking forward to seeing the one to be built here. They both have their own roads, and for us, yeah, we've had quite a bit. I mentioned to you the amount of rain. We actually had quite a few storms as well, and during the well, it was probably about a month ago, we had a monster oak tree fall in the forest. I think there was a tornado, either a funnel cloud or tornado nearby, and that weather was just too much. Between the wind and the saturated soil, the tree, I think you might be able to see it right here, came down. The root ball is 17 feet wide and 12 feet tall, and in fact it would probably be taller, except that part of it's still buried. Oh, there you go. That's what you get when you have a steep driveway, which you probably can't tell on this right now, but it's a pretty steep driveway. Anyway, so you got a monster root ball. We're going to have that removed via an excavator, because there's no moving that. That's beyond tons. It would take me years trying to chip away at this thing to get rid of it. So, unfortunately, it costs money, but we're going to have to get rid of this. What it does allow me to do, though, is this was sort of in the way to create a nice ditch on the right-hand side. So now I can, for better or worse, I can create a better ditch on the right-hand side and get that all set up. And still quite a bit of work yet to do on this road. It's kind of it's a long-term project, but it's certainly suitable, and it's not presenting any issues now. We've got so much rock on here; it's super tight. And as we come down here, we got this old barn on the left-hand side. It was a hay barn. And across the street is an original farm. I believe it's a cow barn, but maybe it was a milking barn, but it was really old. So we've got across the road is a neighbor who has about 18 acres. So they're going to build a compound up here and restore that, and it'll be really interesting to see how they develop it. They're a younger family, so a lot of activities for the kids, a lot of animals, I suspect, as well. And as we kind of come around, we'll just come around real quick and just kind of see our lower pasture and where things are at. So I have not yet taken a brush hog out here to work on it, but you'll see things like these monster logs that came from the tree that fell, just I showed you a few minutes ago. And but otherwise we have our pasture goes out to just before that tree line there, and of course out to the road. Our little pond is absolutely full, but it's also full of silt because there's so much construction going on in the area. It can't stay clear between the water and the construction materials. And we got a huge burn pile, and that's only going to get bigger because we can't see it from here, but there's I think 2 major trees that fell down by our creek, and again the soil is just too saturated, a little bit of wind and they knocked over. So but you know, this is a project this will be going on for years, and by the time I clear up certain trees, another couple will fall. And the cool thing is that in areas where trees have fallen or there's been something cleared in the last 12 months, the growth of oak trees, I mean, there's so many little saplings that came up, and they grow really quick in the first year. I mean, they're probably 2 feet tall within 12 months, and it's kind of cool to watch these trees grow. I don't have to go to a nursery to find, if I want to transplant oak trees or other types, I can do that just by moving stuff around. And so yeah, this is 13 months in. Our next steps on the house, because you're probably wondering. So for the house, we have multiple things we can do all at the same time, so it depends on what materials are there and whether I have a second set of hands here. But mentioned to you that we'll be doing the tongue and groove ceiling, so I just have to order and receive those materials. I can borrow a neighbor's trailer, you'll get that, and so we can get that started. Mentioned to you that we're working on the bathrooms. We're going to start with an isolation mat in the next couple days, and then move on to the shower pans and the showers. And the other thing that I can do immediately excuse me, is the chaseway for our fireplace. That all has to be Dura-Rocked, and in fact that's got to be done before I install the tongue and groove on the great room ceiling. And the fourth thing I should say, is everything electrical. So got to get that ditch inspected by the state of Tennessee so I can then fill it in. I've got the mechanical contractor ready to go with respect to installing outlets and lights and getting us in a position where we can get this service release again through the state inspection. And that'll be a huge milestone. We'll have lights and we'll have some outlets, and we are ready for that. In fact, we need that done before we can have the engineered hardwood floors installed, because they need to sit in the house. House needs to be at a level of humidity that is consistent with long term, and right now it's 80%. So excuse my I'm breathing heavy because I'm walking up this driveway, so perhaps I should stop and finish up. So yeah, we've got to get that service release in on the electrical so that we can get air conditioning running, and I'll probably need 2 weeks at least between that and having the floors done. So timing, we're hoping end of August for occupancy. We've got a little vacation plan in the interim, so maybe it'll be mid-September. It is a marathon. I don't know how many miles it is, but it's a marathon. It's at least 26.2. And, you know, as much as we like to rush and kill ourselves trying to get this thing done, it's futile. Sometimes fast is slow and slow is fast. So you're better off just planning, executing, getting it done, moving on. So hopefully that makes sense. You guys have questions, you can put it in the comments, or since you're most of your family and friends, you can send a text. And we're looking to have said family and friends out here. We've had a few, and we're looking forward to many more. So until our next update, enjoy.
Enjoy the heat.